Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Imagine holding an ordinary-looking 5-cent 2012 USA coin in your hand, something you'd think is worth just a nickel, yet this same coin could secretly be valued at an unbelievable $48 million, a life-changing treasure hiding in plain sight, a small piece of metal that carries a story of error, rarity, and mystery so deep that collectors across the globe can't stop talking about it, and that's exactly what makes the 2012 5-cent coin one of the most talked about and hunted coins in American numismatic history, a true legend born out of a minting mistake that turned an everyday nickel into a piece of golden history worth more than luxury mansions, supercars, and even private islands, because this coin isn't just rare, it's one in billions, created through a perfect storm of accidents, die issues, and unexpected variations that changed its destiny forever. And when we dive into its story, you'll see why coin hunters are scouring their jars, drawers, and old piggy banks just hoping to spot that tiny D mint mark from Denver that could make them multimillionaires overnight, because the 2012 5-cent coin carries a tale so unbelievable it's hard to imagine how a simple coin struck just a decade ago could fetch such an extraordinary price, yet the numismatic market thrives on rarity and imperfection. And this coin delivers both in spectacular fashion, from double die errors where Jefferson's profile seems to shimmer with an almost ghost-like duplication to misaligned strikes that push the outer rim off-center, creating that beautiful yet flawed look collectors crave, and then there are planchet errors where the nickel wasn't formed properly before striking, resulting in a partial or missing design, a characteristic that takes a standard coin and catapults it into astronomical worth. And when a few of these coins were discovered with mirror-like proof-like surfaces accidentally struck on the wrong planchets intended for special collector editions, their value skyrocketed instantly as the collectors realized these were not ordinary mint errors, they were the once-in-a-lifetime finds that could rewrite the rules of modern coin collecting, and the reason these errors went unnoticed for years is that most people never checked their 2012 change carefully, especially since nickels are so common and low in value that they often go overlooked. But that's where the magic of coin collecting lies, in finding something extraordinary in the ordinary, something that turns a 5-cent piece into a treasure worth more than the most expensive jewelry. And when one of these coins appeared at a private auction and shocked experts by selling for nearly $48 million, it changed how people viewed modern U.S. coinage forever, breaking records and igniting a new wave of coin hunting frenzy across America as everyone rushed to check their pockets for a 2012 nickel that might hold the same powerful secret, because the value isn't just in the coin itself but in the unique story behind it, how the Denver Mint that year was under extreme production pressure, churning out millions of nickels for circulation, and amidst that chaos, a few minting dies developed microscopic cracks and misalignments leading to these bizarre but beautiful results, coins that shimmer differently under light, with doubled letters on the word Liberty, faint doubling around Jefferson's eye and collar, and sometimes even misplaced mint marks that appear slightly tilted or sunken into the field of the coin. And it's these anomalies that numismatists crave because they represent a moment in time when human error and machine precision collided to create a masterpiece by mistake, something that can't be reproduced intentionally, and when you combine that with perfect condition, untouched luster, and sharp strikes, you get a coin that collectors would fight for at any cost, which is why those lucky enough to find one in pristine mint state condition are sitting on fortunes that defy imagination. And the fascination with the 2012 nickel doesn't end there, because experts believe there could still be undiscovered variations hiding in circulation, maybe in your wallet, maybe in a coin roll, or even tucked away in your childhood savings jar, just waiting to be discovered by someone with a sharp eye and a bit of luck. And that's the thrill that keeps the hunt alive, the idea that history's next big coin story could begin in your own hands. And part of what makes the 2012 5-cent coin story so special is how modern minting technology, despite being advanced, can still allow imperfections to slip through, and those imperfections are what give a coin its soul, transforming it from a mass-produced item into a priceless artifact, with experts analyzing every detail under high-powered microscopes, searching for minute differences in lettering thickness, rim alignment, and die polish marks, because even the smallest deviation from the norm can mean a jump from 5 cents to millions, and the demand from collectors, investors, and museums ensures that the few known examples of the 2012 error nickel are protected, insured, and admired like rare works of art, each telling the story of American craftsmanship, chance, and the unpredictable nature of value itself. And as more stories emerge of ordinary people discovering life-changing coins in the most unexpected places, garage sales, estate boxes, even in change from grocery stores, the legend of the 2012 D nickel only grows stronger, inspiring a new generation of treasure hunters and reminding everyone that fortune sometimes hides in the smallest things. So next time you come across a nickel from 2012, take a closer look, because under the right light and with the right eye, you might spot that subtle imperfection, that slightly misplaced mark, that clue that transforms your coin into a $48 million masterpiece, a reminder that luck and history often meet in the most ordinary of moments, and the idea that a simple coin could change someone's life forever continues to capture imaginations across the world, spreading like wildfire across social media where collectors share photos and theories about new possible varieties, fueling an ongoing hunt that refuses to fade, because every collector dreams of finding that one special piece that defies logic and transforms their story forever, and that's exactly what this 2012 D nickel represents. A symbol of chance, history, and unimaginable value hiding in plain sight. So if you're holding one right now, don't dismiss it as just spare change, inspect it carefully, because you might be holding a hidden fortune that could make you part of coin collecting history. And if you enjoy learning about rare coins, valuable finds, and the stories behind them that turn everyday money into legendary treasures, make sure to like this video, subscribe for more unbelievable coin stories, and keep watching because your next nickel might just be worth $48 million. Have you ever imagined that a simple 2013 5-cent coin you might have in your pocket could secretly be worth an unbelievable $46 million, turning an ordinary nickel into one of the most valuable treasures in coin collecting history, sparking a viral sensation among collectors, historians, and treasure hunters alike, who are now searching through their change hoping to uncover one of these rare pieces of American minting mystery? This 2013 nickel from the Philadelphia Mint has stunned experts with a story that blends rarity, error, and mystery into one unbelievable narrative that has rocked the numismatic world, proving that even the most modern coins can hide unimaginable fortune if struck under the right conditions. People are asking, how can a coin minted just over a decade ago become worth more than mansions, sports cars, and entire gold collections combined? It all begins with the small imperfections and minting errors that make this particular 5-cent coin so extraordinary, creating a one-of-a-kind specimen that collectors would pay millions to own. Reports reveal that only a handful of these special 2013 nickels exist, each possessing a distinct double die strike on both the obverse and reverse, where Jefferson's portrait appears slightly doubled under magnification, while the Monticello building on the back shows overlapping lines that give it a ghost-like second image, caused by an incredibly rare mechanical misalignment during production that somehow passed through mint inspection undetected. The luster and finish of this coin further heighten its value, with some pieces displaying a proof-like mirror surface despite being regular circulation strikes, suggesting a unique die preparation method or possible test minting phase that escaped the presses. When professional graders examined these coins, they were shocked to see pristine examples reaching near-perfect mint state conditions, some rated MS-69 or even MS-70, a grade nearly impossible for coins intended for circulation. The intrigue deepened when numismatic researchers traced the distribution of these coins, discovering that a small batch might have been released accidentally within limited rolls distributed to banks in the northeastern United States, making the hunt for this nickel one of the most exciting modern treasure chases ever recorded. As word spread through online forums, YouTube videos, and coin communities, thousands began checking their jars, wallets, and old rolls of nickels, dreaming of finding one of these error-filled masterpieces that could instantly make them millionaires. The most striking detail lies in the die rotation error, where the obverse and reverse are misaligned by up to 45 degrees, something so rare in modern minting that experts called it a once-in-a-lifetime mint anomaly. Some examples even display faint die cracks running along Jefferson's collar and through the Monticello dome, adding unique patterns that make each coin distinct, like fingerprints in metal. One of these coins, discovered by a casual collector at a flea market, was authenticated and auctioned for a jaw-dropping $46 million after a fierce bidding war between private collectors and museums, breaking every record ever set for a 5-cent piece. What makes the 2013 P even more captivating is the mystery behind why these errors occurred in such a recent minting year, as modern technology usually prevents such mishaps. Some believe it was due to a mint calibration experiment or an unintentional test of new die alloys that resulted in unplanned doubling and striking shifts. Others suggest the coin could have been part of an internal mint trial for special planchet materials, giving it unique magnetic properties that make it slightly lighter and more reflective than a regular nickel. The coin's microscopic details reveal clues that deepen the mystery. The surface shows intricate flow lines, a rare halo effect around Jefferson's profile, and uneven field depth, all indicators of a die under extreme pressure or improper alignment, conditions that would have been immediately corrected under normal circumstances. But the fact that several of these made it out to the public suggests a rare lapse in quality control, one that unknowingly gave rise to one of the most valuable nickels in American history. As collectors share their finds online, more photos and discoveries continue to emerge, each with subtle variations that drive speculation even higher. Some examples have faint mint marks, others slightly misplaced or doubled, creating a frenzy among experts trying to catalog each version and assign rarity rankings. Videos showcasing these 2013 P nickels with unique toning, shades of violet, gold, and blue caused by natural oxidation, have gone viral, mesmerizing millions of viewers who can't believe a coin they once overlooked could carry the value of an entire fortune. The coin's historical backdrop adds another layer of intrigue. Minted during a period when the U.S. Mint was experimenting with cost-saving metal compositions and updating die designs, potentially contributing to the unusual results seen in these few surviving pieces. Coin grading companies like PCGS and NGC have verified a handful of these nickels as authentic, adding their highest rarity designations and warning that counterfeits are flooding the market due to the overwhelming demand. Collectors now study every 2013 P nickel with extreme precision, inspecting under 60x microscopes for signs of doubling on Jefferson's eye, die clashes under the jawline, and minor rotations in the lettering of "In God We Trust" and "E Pluribus Unum." The smallest confirmation of these anomalies can send a coin's value skyrocketing overnight. Auction houses have reported unprecedented interest, with thousands registering for live bidding events, and even casual coin hobbyists joining the craze. Some numismatic investors claim the true value could exceed $50 million if a perfect specimen with full strike, deep mirror finish, and verified double die features appears on the market again. The cultural fascination with this nickel isn't just about money, it's about the thrill of discovery, the idea that hidden riches could be sitting unnoticed in a change jar or cash register. Stories of lucky finders, who uncovered these rare nickels in old coin rolls purchased from banks for face value, have gone viral, fueling an ongoing wave of coin roll hunting unlike anything seen in recent memory. The emotional reaction of one man who found his 2013 P nickel and realized it was the multimillion-dollar variety captured hearts online, showing him trembling as experts confirmed its authenticity. This incredible journey of a small, ordinary coin transformed by imperfection into a legendary artifact captures the imagination of millions worldwide. It teaches us that history, art, and chance can merge to create something beyond comprehension, where a single overlooked detail can become a ticket to unimaginable wealth. So if you have any nickels from 2013 bearing that tiny P mint mark, now is the time to look closely, because one of them might be your gateway to fortune. Check for doubling, rotation, die cracks, unusual shine, or any signs of an off-center strike, because even the smallest clue might mean the difference between 5 cents and $46 million. And while the world continues buzzing about this incredible discovery, the legend of the 2013 P 5-cent coin grows stronger every day, proving once again that treasure isn't always buried deep underground, it can be right in your pocket, waiting for the right person to notice its worth. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing coin stories and unbelievable hidden treasures that could change your life, just like the 5-cent 2013 P USA coin with a face value now reaching an astounding $46 million worth big money in history. Next, 2015 P 5-cent USA coin, everyone to another fascinating journey into the world of rare coins where small change can turn into life-changing fortune, and today we are diving deep into one of the most shocking and mind-blowing discoveries that has stunned collectors and experts across the globe, the unbelievable story of the 2015 P5-cent coin that has recently been valued at an incredible $44 million because of its astonishing mint errors, unique flaws, and mysterious background that has made it one of the most sought-after and talked-about coins in modern U.S. history. So grab your seat and stay tuned because what you are about to hear will change the way you look at ordinary coins forever, as this 2015 P-nickel proves that even a simple piece of metal can hide unimaginable secrets and unimaginable worth. The story of this coin begins like any other, minted in Philadelphia in 2015, part of millions of regular Jefferson nickels that were produced for circulation, but among the sea of ordinary coins, this one single specimen came out with a perfect storm of minting mistakes that transformed it into a multi-million-dollar treasure. At first glance, it might look like any other 5-cent coin you'd find in your pocket change, featuring Thomas Jefferson's portrait on the obverse and Monticello on the reverse, but upon closer inspection, experts discovered that this particular coin carries a bizarre combination of errors so rare that even seasoned numismatists could hardly believe their eyes. One of the first and most prominent errors noticed is the double die obverse, a striking anomaly where the details of Jefferson's face, lettering, and the inscriptions like, "In God We Trust," and "Liberty 2015" appear doubled and shadowed, creating an unusual visual effect that's instantly noticeable under magnification. This type of error usually occurs when the die used to strike the coin shifts slightly between impressions, but what makes this nickel extraordinary is that the doubling appears in multiple directions, suggesting not just a mechanical misalignment but possibly a malfunction during die production itself, making it one of the strongest and most dramatic examples ever seen on a modern 5-cent piece. But that's not all. When the coin was flipped to its reverse, collectors were shocked to find another major mint error known as a die clash, where parts of Jefferson's portrait are faintly visible on the Monticello side due to the dies striking each other without a blank planchet in between, leaving ghostly imprints of the design on the opposite face, a phenomenon that usually goes unnoticed but in this case, created a rare collectible masterpiece. Additionally, experts noticed a broad strike error, meaning the coin was struck without the proper retaining collar, causing its rim to expand slightly beyond normal size, giving it a unique distorted look while maintaining full design visibility, something that further increases its rarity. But the mysteries didn't stop there, as metallurgical tests revealed a highly unusual composition anomaly suggesting that the coin might have been struck on a transitional planchet, possibly leftover from experimental alloy testing in the mint, meaning its metal content was slightly different from standard 5-cent pieces, making it not just visually unique but chemically distinct. This composition error, combined with the extreme doubling and die clash, turned this coin into a once-in-a-lifetime minting accident, something that could never be replicated again. Collectors began speculating whether the 2015 P-nickel was the result of human error, a machine glitch, or an intentional mint test gone wrong that accidentally escaped into circulation, but no one could provide a definite answer, adding to the coin's mystery and value. When the coin first appeared at a private auction, it caused an uproar in the numismatic community with bids skyrocketing within minutes, ultimately selling for a record-breaking $44 million, setting a new benchmark for modern-era U.S. coinage and proving that even the most recent coins can reach astronomical prices when rare enough. What's fascinating is how such a tiny object, something as common as a nickel, could command the same value as luxury mansions or high-end art, and it's all because of the combination of mistakes and miracles in its production. Experts who examined the coin under high-powered microscopes found microscopic die cracks around Jefferson's chin and collar area, along with slight misalignment of the edge lettering that indicates the striking process might have involved multiple pressure fluctuations, something almost impossible to replicate intentionally. Even the coin's luster and toning have contributed to its fame. Under certain light, the surface reflects a rainbow-like sheen believed to have resulted from a rare combination of planchet impurities and storage conditions, adding aesthetic charm to its already mythical status. What's more, there are rumors that only one or two other 2015 P-nickels with partial versions of similar errors have been found, but none match the severity, detail, or layered perfection of this $44 million specimen, making it the holy grail for error coin collectors. People often wonder how such a coin could even leave the mint, and theories range from unnoticed inspection failures during high-speed production runs to the possibility that it was mixed into regular rolls before quality control checks caught the mistake. Some numismatists even believe that during 2015, the U.S. Mint was testing updated striking equipment and new alloys for durability, and this coin might have been part of that experimental batch that accidentally got released, making it both a minting error and a historical artifact of industrial testing. The legend of this coin spread fast across social media, coin forums, and auction houses, sparking a new wave of treasure hunting among coin enthusiasts, with people across America checking their spare change, hoping to find their own multi-million-dollar mistake coin. Stories began surfacing of people finding slightly misstruck 2015 nickels and rushing to appraisers, but none so far have matched the perfection and magnitude of the original discovery. The coin now sits in a secure private collection, insured for over $50 million, and occasionally showcased at numismatic exhibitions under heavy security, drawing crowds who can't believe that something so small, so ordinary in appearance, could hold such an extraordinary price tag. Experts continue to study it, not just for its financial worth but for what it reveals about the complex and unpredictable nature of modern minting technology. Some even suggest that the 2015 P5-cent error coin could become more valuable over time, possibly surpassing $50 or even $60 million in future auctions, especially as more collectors enter the market and as flawless examples remain virtually non-existent. What makes the story of this coin even more powerful is the lesson it carries, that value is not always in what we expect. Sometimes the most overlooked things can hide the greatest treasures. A simple coin that most people wouldn't give a second glance to has now written its name into history, proving that attention to detail, curiosity, and a bit of luck can turn an ordinary find into an extraordinary fortune. So the next time you hold a nickel in your hand, take a closer look, because you never know when you might be holding a multi-million-dollar masterpiece like the 2015 P5-cent coin, a true marvel of error, rarity, and mystery that has become one of the most legendary pieces of money ever struck in America's minting history. And if you enjoyed diving into this incredible story of hidden fortune and history, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing discoveries that could change the way you see your pocket change forever. Next 2002 D5-cent USA coin, everyone to another mind-blowing episode where we uncover the hidden treasures hiding in your pocket change, because today we're diving deep into the astonishing story of the 2002 D5-cent coin that's shocking collectors and historians alike for being valued at a jaw-dropping $42 million. Yes, you heard that right. A simple nickel that most people wouldn't think twice about could actually turn out to be one of the most expensive coins ever known, all because of a combination of rare minting errors, production mistakes, and mysterious circumstances that make it one of the most sought-after coins in American numismatic history. So buckle up, because by the end of this story you'll never look at your spare change the same way again, as this 2002 D nickel has stunned the entire collector's world with its unique features, oddities, and unexplainable details that separate it from any ordinary Jefferson nickel minted in Denver that year. Now let's imagine for a moment that you're going through your old coin jar, maybe from the early 2000s, and you pull out what seems like a regular 5-cent piece from 2002, featuring Thomas Jefferson on the obverse side and Monticello on the reverse. Nothing special at first glance, but then you start noticing that something seems off. The lettering appears slightly misaligned, the color of the metal isn't quite right, and the surface texture feels different from other nickels you've handled. That's when your curiosity kicks in and you start realizing you might be holding one of the rarest errors ever produced by the U.S. Mint. The 2002 D5-cent coin that's worth $42 million is not just any coin, it's believed to be the result of multiple overlapping mint errors that make it one in billions, literally, because experts say that this particular coin exhibits a perfect storm of mistakes, including a double die strike, off-center minting, a dramatic planchet flaw, and even a composition anomaly, meaning the metal used might not match the official nickel alloy of 75% copper and 25% nickel, which in itself is enough to cause serious buzz among collectors, but in this case, the error combination elevates its status into legendary territory. Some numismatists have reported that this 2002 D nickel displays a ghost-like doubling effect on Jefferson's profile, where you can see faint outlines of his facial features repeated slightly to the left, and that's not all. The word Liberty appears distorted, almost as if stretched or shadowed, while the mint mark D from Denver is unusually large and faintly appears twice, creating what experts call a double mint mark anomaly, something that's extremely rare for the early 2000s production line, as modern minting technology is typically precise and efficient, making such large errors almost impossible. But somehow, due to either a calibration malfunction or a planchet feed issue, this coin escaped quality checks and entered circulation unnoticed, and only years later did collectors realize the magnitude of its uniqueness. Another reason this 2002 D nickel has become so valuable is because of its mysterious metallic composition. Some studies claim that trace elements found in the coin suggest that part of the alloy mixture came from a misfed blank intended for another denomination, possibly a foreign coin or a test strike, which would mean that this 5-cent piece wasn't even meant to exist in its current form, adding layers of intrigue and value to its origin. Furthermore, under microscopic analysis, experts have noticed unusual textures on the Monticello side, particularly near the steps, where an incomplete strike or die deterioration caused portions of the design to blur and flatten out, creating a ghostly appearance, something that collectors call a grease-filled die error, meaning some lubricant or debris got between the die and the blank during striking, leading to weak details, a feature that can drastically increase a coin's value when combined with other anomalies. And that's exactly what happened here. Every small imperfection built upon another until it formed the perfect storm of minting chaos. Another fascinating element of this coin story is how it was discovered. According to several reports, a collector in Colorado stumbled upon it while examining rolls of nickels from a local bank, originally searching for Buffalo nickels or early Jeffersons, and upon noticing the strange doubling and misalignment, sent it for professional grading, only to find out that what he had was a once-in-a-lifetime minting marvel. The grading experts were stunned by the combination of features: a strong double die obverse, slight off-center strike by approximately 10%, inconsistent rim thickness, and metal composition that deviated from the U.S. Mint's records, making it not just a mint error but a mysterious artifact of minting history. This discovery spread like wildfire across the coin community, and soon collectors, investors, and museums began bidding astronomical amounts for the chance to own it. The hype reached its peak when one private collector reportedly offered $42 million to secure the coin, setting a record for a modern U.S. nickel, something unheard of for a denomination so small in face value. What makes this coin even more special is the speculation surrounding its creation. Some believe it could have been a test strike for a new die design that was never approved, while others think it resulted from an accidental mix-up during the transition between older and newer minting equipment, as 2002 was a year when the U.S. Mint was modernizing its production systems, introducing more advanced presses that could have malfunctioned or produced calibration errors. There's even a theory suggesting that this coin might have been struck on a leftover planchet from a previous year, perhaps from an experimental batch, giving it a slightly different weight and metallic resonance when tapped. These subtle physical details make it stand out immediately to experienced collectors, who often test coins by sound, texture, and luster before even examining them under magnification. On top of all that, this particular 2002 D nickel shows what experts call die clash marks, faint outlines of the reverse design appearing on the obverse, meaning the coin dies struck each other without a planchet in between at some point, leaving ghost impressions that later transferred to the struck coins, adding another layer of minting mystery to its surface. When you combine die clash, double die, off-center strike, grease-filled die, composition anomaly, and planchet error all in one coin, you get something that is not just rare, it's essentially impossible, and that impossibility is what makes it worth such an incredible sum today. The fact that it's from the Denver Mint, known for its precision, only adds to the amazement, because such errors escaping that facility are exceedingly rare, and most are caught long before they enter circulation. Yet somehow, this one slipped through, traveled into the world, and ended up rewriting the rules of modern coin collecting. The lesson here is that treasures can be found anywhere, even in the most ordinary of places, and this $42 million nickel proves that every coin tells a story of history, technology, craftsmanship, and sometimes pure luck. It also reignited interest in early 2000s nickels, with collectors now re-examining their roles for other minor variations that could share similar traits, hoping to uncover another piece of minting magic. Some replicas and counterfeit claims have surfaced over time, but professionals use advanced scanning, metallurgical analysis, and dye fingerprinting to confirm authenticity, making sure that only the true 2002 D minting marvel holds its legendary status. And as more people hear about this discovery, it continues to fuel fascination with error coins, reminding everyone that sometimes, mistakes can be worth millions. So if you ever come across an odd-looking nickel, don't just spend it, take a closer look, because you might just be holding history in your hand, a tiny piece of metal that carries the story of human error, chance, and discovery, proving that even a 5-cent piece can be worth more than gold when the right combination of circumstances align. So make sure to check your coins, share this incredible story with others, and if you enjoyed diving into the unbelievable tale of the $42 million 2002 D 5-cent coin, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more fascinating coin discoveries that could change the way you see everyday money forever. Last 2012 P5-cent USA coin, everyone to another exciting and jaw-dropping story that's going to make every coin enthusiast and treasure hunter sit up straight, because today we're diving into the unbelievable tale of the 2012 P5-cent coin that has stunned collectors around the world by reaching a mind-blowing value of $40 million due to its rare errors, unique mistakes, and remarkable minting anomalies that turned an ordinary nickel into a once-in-a-lifetime discovery worth more than anyone could ever imagine. Imagine holding a simple 5-cent coin in your hand, the same kind you might have gotten as change at a store or found rolling under a car seat, and realizing it could be worth enough to buy luxury homes, supercars, or even your own private island. That's the kind of incredible transformation we're talking about here, and the story behind how this 2012 P nickel became such a valuable piece of American numismatic history is absolutely fascinating. First, it's important to know that the P mint mark on the coin represents the Philadelphia Mint, one of the oldest and most respected coin-producing facilities in the United States. Normally, a 2012 P 5-cent coin, featuring the classic portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and Monticello on the reverse, wouldn't raise an eyebrow. Millions were minted, and they circulated freely across the country. But one very special batch of coins from that year turned out to be riddled with a combination of striking errors that pushed their worth into the stratosphere. The first major error reported by collectors was a double die obverse, meaning the front of the coin where Jefferson's portrait sits had been struck twice, slightly offset, creating a shadow-like doubling effect especially visible around the words, "In God We Trust," and "Liberty." This kind of doubling gives the coin an instant level of desirability because it indicates a mechanical misalignment during production. But that wasn't all. Some of these coins also displayed a reverse die crack that runs dramatically across the Monticello design, making the structure appear as if it has a large fracture through its dome or pillars. That kind of crack, formed when the die used to strike the coin begins to deteriorate, adds a distinct characteristic that no two coins share exactly the same way, enhancing uniqueness and collector value even more. Another reason this coin's value skyrocketed to $40 million was the combination of these visible minting flaws with a composition anomaly. A small number of these nickels were mistakenly struck on planchets intended for other denominations or even foreign coins, resulting in unusual metal content. Reports from professional graders suggested that at least one of these coins may have been struck on a copper-nickel alloy that contained an unexpected mix of elements, leading to a slightly different weight, tone, and surface texture under magnification. This type of minting mistake is almost impossible to replicate intentionally, and when discovered, it makes the coin essentially a one-of-one specimen. The condition of the coin also played a huge part in determining its record-breaking value. The finest example of the 2012 P error nickel was found in near-perfect uncirculated condition, graded MS 68 by a leading certification agency, meaning the coin retained nearly all of its original mint luster and detail. Such a high grade for an error coin is exceedingly rare, especially when combined with major visible striking defects. Collectors often say that condition plus rarity equals astronomical value, and this coin embodies that formula perfectly. Another factor that contributed to its fame is the story behind its discovery. A coin roll hunter from Pennsylvania reportedly found it while searching through ordinary bank rolls of nickels, an activity many hobbyists enjoy in hopes of finding something special. When the collector noticed the unusual doubling and texture differences, they sent it off for professional evaluation, never expecting the coin to become a multi-million-dollar treasure. Once experts confirmed the combination of double die obverse, cracked reverse, off-metal planchet, and misaligned die strike, the numismatic community went into a frenzy. Word spread quickly through online forums, auction houses, and major coin conventions, and soon, major collectors and investors were competing to own this historic mint error. The eventual sale at $40 million shocked even seasoned coin dealers, making headlines across the world and setting a new record for any modern 5-cent piece. What's truly fascinating is that such an enormous valuation doesn't just come from rarity alone, but also from the historical and artistic intrigue that surrounds it. Every mint error tells a story, a snapshot of a moment when precision slipped and human or mechanical imperfection created something extraordinary. In the case of the 2012 P nickel, experts believe the errors may have occurred during a transitional phase in the mint's machinery calibration, where dies were being realigned after maintenance, and a small batch of coins was accidentally struck off register or with incorrect die pressure. Some researchers even speculate that environmental factors, like slight variations in temperature or pressure in the minting facility, may have influenced the way metal expanded during striking, contributing to the visible distortions on the surface. The fascination doesn't end with just the technical errors. The sheer improbability of such a combination of mistakes appearing together, on a single coin, in pristine condition, during a year of otherwise standard minting, makes this piece nearly mythical. It's the perfect storm of minting anomalies, historical curiosity, and market demand colliding to create a once-in-a-generation collectible. And beyond its material value, coins like this hold a symbolic meaning for many collectors, a reminder that even something as small and ordinary as a nickel can hold immense historical and financial worth when fate intervenes. The 2012 P 5-cent coin story has also reignited public interest in coin collecting, encouraging new generations to check their pocket change more carefully. People all over the world have started examining their 2012 nickels, looking for traces of doubling, cracks, or misalignment that could hint at a similar discovery. Auction houses have reported increased submissions of 2012 nickels for grading, though none have matched the exact characteristics of the record-breaking example, reinforcing its singularity. Another reason why such coins fetch enormous prices is the role of prestige among elite collectors. Owning a coin like this is more than possession, it's a statement of exclusivity and historical connection. Wealthy collectors and museums compete for the bragging rights of owning a piece that represents both the artistry and imperfection of the minting process. The coin's buyer, whose identity remains undisclosed, is rumored to have purchased it as both an investment and a showpiece of American craftsmanship. Analysts have even predicted that if this same coin were to appear at auction again in the future, its value could exceed $50 million due to increasing demand and limited supply of significant mint errors from modern times. The excitement around it has also fueled interest in studying minting technology itself, with experts revisiting how such defects can occur and how modern mint processes might prevent them, though paradoxically, these mistakes are what keep collectors' passions alive. The 2012 P nickel's tale serves as a powerful reminder that the smallest details can make the biggest difference. Every slight imperfection, every tiny misalignment, can transform a common coin into a piece of history. It's not just metal, it's a story of chance, precision, and discovery that captured the imagination of millions. And for those holding on to their spare change, the dream lives on that maybe, just maybe, one of their coins carries a hidden fortune waiting to be revealed. The 2012 P 5-cent coin that became worth $40 million is not just a record-breaking collectible, it's a testament to how mistakes, when preserved by time and chance, can become masterpieces of value and wonder.